It costs $0 to become a U-Haul dealer. Not a discounted franchise fee, not a reduced startup cost. Zero. No application fee, no royalty percentage, no upfront investment required by the company at all. And yet there are more than 20,000 of these locations across the country, most of them quietly generating real income for the small businesses that host them. Most people assume U-Haul franchise works like every other franchise. Pay a fee, sign a contract, build a location. It doesn't, because U-Haul isn't a franchise at all. It's something closer to a nationwide partnership program, and understanding that difference is exactly why so many people search for the wrong numbers when they try to figure out what this actually costs. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the real money works here, including the average annual profit a typical dealer actually takes home, and what separates a location that barely breaks even from one that becomes a genuinely profitable side of an existing business. This is Owned Economics 2, and we're breaking down what it actually costs to own a U-Haul dealership.
The reality check. From the outside, this looks almost too easy. Drive through any town in America, and you'll spot the orange stripe on a truck parked outside a gas station, a self-storage facility, or a small hardware store. It looks like U-Haul just drops off trucks and collects a check. Free money for whoever has an empty parking lot. Here's what people don't see. U-Haul doesn't sell locations, doesn't sell trucks, and doesn't charge a dime to join. Instead, it recruits existing small businesses, the ones that already have a lot, already have foot traffic, and already have someone working the counter, and pays them a commission on every rental that originates from their location. The company keeps ownership of the trucks, the trailers, and the brand. The dealer provides the space and the labor to hand off keys and check equipment back in. There's also a piece almost nobody accounts for going in. Because it costs nothing to become a dealer, U-Haul is genuinely selective about where it places locations, and the businesses that do the best with this program are the ones that already had a functioning, trafficked business before U-Haul ever showed up. This isn't a standalone business you build from scratch as often as it is an add-on to something that already works. But here's what the numbers actually look like.
Chapter 1. What it actually takes to get started. Since there's no franchise fee to report here, the real starting point is understanding what kind of setup U-Haul actually looks for and what it costs to get that setup ready. Space and lot requirements. U-Haul typically wants a location with enough room to park a handful of trucks and trailers, along with reasonable street visibility. If you already run a qualifying business, a gas station, a self-storage facility, an auto repair shop, or a hardware store, this space often already exists as part of your current lot. If you're building a dedicated setup from scratch specifically for this, securing a commercial lot large enough to host equipment typically runs $2,000 to $6,000 a month in lease costs, depending on the market, which is the real hidden cost behind the $0 headline. Signage and branding setup. U-Haul provides signage, but there's typically a modest setup cost for installation, along with insurance riders to cover the equipment sitting on your property, usually totaling $500 to $2,000 to get a location fully compliant and ready. Liability insurance. Because you're now hosting rental equipment and interacting with rental customers, most dealers need to add commercial liability coverage to their existing policy, typically adding $1,000 to $3,000 a year, depending on the size of the operation. Staff time and training. There's no direct dollar cost here, but there is a real time cost. Someone needs to be available during business hours to check equipment in and out, walk through rental agreements, and inspect trucks for damage. This typically adds up to a part-time role, even for a smaller location. Equipment inspection tools and setup. Dealers typically need basic tools and a designated inspection area for checking trucks in and out, along with a simple system for tracking equipment condition, usually a modest one-time cost of a few $100s for a smaller location. If you're building a dedicated, larger-scale operation, the kind that combines a full self-storage facility with a serious U-Haul truck and trailer lot,
which is how a lot of the highest-earning dealers actually operate. That's a different conversation entirely. A ground-up self-storage facility with room for dozens of trucks
can run $1.5 million to $4 million to build, land and construction combined, which is a serious real estate investment rather than a simple add-on. Add it all up, and the honest range here is enormous, from genuinely near zero if you're adding this to an existing business with available space, to well over $1 million if you're building a dedicated large-scale facility from the ground up. That range is exactly why U-Haul franchise cost is the wrong question. The right question is what kind of operation you're actually trying to build. Chapter 2: How dealers actually make money. Here's the part that surprises people. The commission structure is the entire business model, and it's more generous than most traditional franchise royalty arrangements, just running in the opposite direction. Truck and trailer rental commissions. Dealers earn a commission on every rental that originates at their location, and industry estimates put this commission as high as 21% to 22% per transaction, among the highest commission rates in the rental industry. On a $200 one-way truck rental, that's roughly $42 to $44 in commission, and busy locations process dozens of these transactions a week. Moving supplies and boxes. Beyond the trucks themselves, dealers sell boxes, tape, furniture pads, and other moving supplies, and these retail items typically carry meaningful markup, adding a steady secondary revenue stream that doesn't depend on someone actually renting a truck. Propane refilling. U-Haul is one of the largest propane retailers in the country, and dealers equipped to refill propane tanks earn a per-gallon margin on every fill-up, which brings in customers who aren't even moving and often turns into repeat, recurring business. Hitch installation and towing accessories. Locations equipped to install trailer hitches earn labor fees plus parts markup, and this service tends to bring in a completely different customer base than the moving side of the business, spreading revenue across more of the calendar year instead of concentrating it around peak moving season. Self-storage revenue, where applicable. For dealers who also operate storage units on the same property, that revenue runs entirely separate from the U-Haul commission structure and tends to be the most stable, predictable income of the entire operation, since storage tenants pay monthly regardless of moving season.
Storage container and portable moving revenue. Some dealers also handle U-Haul's portable moving container service, earning fees for storing and coordinating containers on site, which adds another layer of commission income tied to a completely different type of moving customer than the traditional truck rental crowd. That's before you even factor in the cross-traffic effect. A customer coming in for propane might notice the storage units. A customer renting a truck might grab boxes on the way out. Every one of these revenue streams feeds the others, which is exactly why the strongest dealers stack several of these services under one roof, instead of just parking a few trucks and hoping for the best. Would you still call this a simple truck parking business after hearing that? It's closer to a small commission-based retail operation that happens to be anchored around moving equipment. Chapter 3: Operating Costs. This is where the $0 headline meets reality, because running a real dealer location still has genuine ongoing costs. Labor. This is typically the largest actual cost for a dedicated location. Staffing a counter during business hours, even part-time, typically runs $15 to $22 an hour, depending on the market, and a location trying to maximize commission volume often needs coverage well beyond a single shift. Insurance. Beyond the basic liability rider, dealers handling higher equipment volume often carry more robust coverage, and premiums scale with the size and traffic of the operation, typically running a few $1,000s a year for a modest setup and considerably more for a large combined truck and storage facility. Lot maintenance. Keeping a lot clean, well-lit, and safe for both equipment and customers is an ongoing cost, particularly in regions with snow removal needs or significant wear on pavement from constant truck traffic. Utilities and facility costs. For locations with a dedicated office, storefront, or storage facility attached, utilities and facility upkeep add a real monthly cost that scales with the size of the operation, similar to running any small commercial property. Opportunity cost of space. This is the cost most people never think about.
Every square foot dedicated to parking U-Haul equipment is a square foot not being used for something else. And for businesses with genuinely valuable retail frontage, that trade-off deserves honest consideration before committing significant lot space to this program. That's a real set of costs sitting underneath a program that costs nothing to join. Here's the honest reason it still works for so many small businesses. Because the commission structure requires so little upfront investment, even a modest volume of rentals can push the math solidly into profit, especially when the space was sitting underused anyway.
Chapter 4. Profit margins and real numbers on an established U-Haul dealer location. Industry estimates put average gross sales for an established U-Haul dealer location at roughly $630,000 a year, and average annual profit at roughly $76,000. Figures based on publicly available industry data rather than confirmed company financials, since individual dealer performance varies enormously based on location and volume. Let's put real numbers on it. Say a mid-size dealer location, combining truck rentals, trailer rentals, and moving supplies, generates $500,000 in total rental volume in a year through their location. At a 21% average commission rate, that works out to roughly $105,000 in gross commission income before any operating costs. Labor for a location running solid hours typically runs $30,000 to $50,000 a year. Insurance, lot maintenance, and utilities together typically run another $10,000 to $20,000. That leaves a net profit in the range of $35,000 to $65,000 for the U-Haul portion of the business alone, a figure that lands close to the industry estimated average once you factor in a typical range of location sizes and volumes. To put that in perspective, that's a meaningful secondary income stream layered onto a business that's often already profitable on its own, generated primarily by space and time the business already had available. And remember that average profit figure we mentioned at the start? The roughly $76,000 a typical dealer earns? For a business owner who already has the lot space, the staff, and the foot traffic, that's close to adding a second employee's worth of income without hiring anyone new.
Which is exactly why this program appeals to small business owners looking to make existing assets work harder.
Chapter 5. What separates success from failure? Every business model has a failure point, and this one has a few specific patterns worth naming plainly. Location mismatch. A dealer location with poor visibility, limited lot space, or low existing foot traffic will struggle no matter how generous the commission rate is. The operators who succeed treat lot visibility and accessibility as seriously as any retail business would, because moving customers need to actually find and trust the location. Underestimating labor commitment. Some business owners assume this runs itself, then get caught off guard by how much staff time, equipment check-in, and inspection actually requires during busy moving weekends. The operators who succeed build a real staffing plan around peak season, rather than assuming existing staff can absorb it for free. Neglecting the secondary revenue streams. Dealers who only think about truck rentals leave real money on the table by skipping propane service, hitch installation, or supply sales. The operators who succeed treat this as a multi-service operation from day one instead of a single product afterthought. Seasonality blindness. Moving demand spikes heavily around the end of the month and during summer, with genuinely slow stretches in winter. The dealers who plan for this build cash flow expectations around the real seasonal pattern instead of assuming steady volume year-round. Space allocation regret. Committing too much valuable lot space to truck parking only to realize that space could have generated more revenue through the core business is a real risk for retail-forward locations. The operators who succeed run the honest math on opportunity cost before expanding their commitment to the program.
What separates the dealers who genuinely benefit from this program from the ones who feel like it wasn't worth the hassle usually comes down to three things. Choosing a location with real visibility and existing traffic. Treating the multiple revenue streams as a real system rather than an afterthought. And building a staffing plan that matches the actual seasonal demand instead of hoping it handles itself. Everything in this video is general business education based on industry averages and publicly available estimates for the U-Haul dealer program. It's not direct financial, legal, or investment advice for your specific situation.
Anyone seriously considering this should review U-Haul's actual dealer agreement directly and consult a local accountant and attorney before committing any space or resources. So here's the real question. Knowing this isn't a business you build from scratch as much as a partnership you add to something you already have, would you turn part of your existing business into a U-Haul dealer location, or does the space trade-off change how appealing it sounds? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me why. If you want the next breakdown, maybe a business that looks like a simple side hustle until you see the real numbers behind it, subscribe to Owned Economics too. There's always another business out there that works nothing like people assume, and that's exactly what we dig into every time. I'll see you in the next one.